Over 50% of your customers are now going to ChatGPT to shop for your services, which means if you don't do what I'm about to tell you, you're going to be left in the dust. We're currently seeing a cycle repeat itself that's been happening for hundreds of years. Businesses used to thrive on print marketing, yellow pages, newspapers, direct mail. Then the internet came along and demolished everything. The ones who didn't adapt, they're long gone now. Even before that though, mom and pop shops could make a killing off word of mouth and a storefront on Main Street. Then shopping malls arrived and centralized everything. The ones that stayed on Main Street hoping things would go back, dead. And now in 2026, the shift is AI search. People aren't just Googling plumber near me anymore. They're going to ChatGPT to ask, who should I hire for emergency plumbing services in Seattle with good reviews and fair pricing? And if you don't show up when they ask that question, someone else is. This is the early window though. The ones who optimize for AI search will dominate over the next 5 years. And the ones that don't, they'll be left in the dust and dead before you know it, just like those old businesses that didn't want to adapt. So let me show you how to ride this wave so you don't get left in the dust. I'm going to show you two things in this video. First, how the algorithm of large language models like ChatGPT works compared to Google. And then two, how you can leverage those differences to show up on a variety of prompts that your customers are currently typing into ChatGPT. So let me show you how the algorithm works so you can see why traditional SEO won't get you shown up on AI searches. To better understand how AI search algorithms work, we have to first understand how Google operates. So when someone searches up a term into Google, anything like who are the best HVAC contractors in Vancouver, it essentially uses its crawlers to look at a bunch of websites to see who's going to be the most relevant. It'll try to predict the intent behind the search. So is this person looking for their question to be answered? Are they looking to hire someone? Are they looking to purchase a product? And then use that information to narrow down its results. Real quick, if you want me to personally walk you through your website and show you what you should be doing to show up on AI searches for your customers in your industry, in your location, click the link in the description of this video. I'll walk you through everything for free, 30 minutes, no strings attached. Okay. Back to the video. It'll look at the content quality and depth. This is just a fancy way of saying it'll take a look at the writing to see if it's relevant to the search. Authority and trust signals. This just means that it's taking a look at backlinks, mentions of these websites across the internet to see who has the most. And again, who's going to be the most relevant to show up on this search. Finally, it'll take a look at content and websites that you typically engage with and contextual modifiers, which are just things like season, time of day, your location, etc. At the end, it'll pop out something like this, which everyone is used to seeing. You've got the business profiles at the top for a local based search like this. And then down below, we've got websites in these search engine result pages. This is how Google matches a search with search results. And optimizing your website to get to the top of Google search just means optimizing each of these variables. So allowing Google's bots to crawl your website, creating high quality content, getting backlinks to your website and mentions across the internet. All of these typical SEO things you hear are done because this is what Google's algorithm takes into account to rank websites. So how does ChatGPT work? For the exact same search, LLMs like ChatGPT are not just crawling website URLs and then ranking them based on what it thinks is best. It's pulling from website blogs, LinkedIn posts, Google Maps, news articles, and many, many more sources across the internet so that, again, instead of ranking websites for you, it gives you the most accurate answer it thinks is best and relevant for your prompt. This answer that ChatGPT gave me is specifically what it thinks I want to know. The difference between Google and AI search algorithms is that AI is specific to the user and its prompt, and Google gives you websites specific to your keyword phrase. Now that you know how both work, let me show you how to optimize your website content for these variables that AI takes into account so that you can show up on AI searches. Before I give you the deep dive, let me first show you some of our websites that are ranking at the top of common ChatGPT prompts. For example, we've got our HVAC client here at the top of ChatGPT for who are the best HVAC contractors in Vancouver. Another one where I asked ChatGPT where I can rent crutches in North Vancouver. And we've got, again, our client right at the top. Finally, this one's more of an informational based prompt where I'm asking it, how much does it cost to paint a house exterior in BC? Give me cost per square foot with sources. And our client here is ProWorks Painting, and they're cited multiple times within this answer. These types of prompts are what we commonly see people searching up into ChatGPT rather than the typical Google searches that are 2, 3, sometimes 4 words long. In all of these cases though, our clients' websites are where we want them to be, which is at the very top of the answer that ChatGPT gives? Well, there's 3 things you need to do. The first being your content. You need to write blogs on your website at least on a weekly basis. These blogs have to be ultra specific. For example, if you're a renovation contractor, don't just write a blog post about how much a bathroom renovation costs. Write a blog post about how much a bathroom renovation costs in each of the locations that you service. Write posts about how much bathroom tiles cost, tub installations, showers, faucets, lighting. Again, AI is looking for the best answer to the prompt that it gets from its user. So the more specific you can be, and in your blog post, have at least 1 to 2 lines that summarize an answer for the user. That way, AI is much more likely to use that summary rather than a long drawn out blog post with no real or clear answer given. Make sure you're consistent with posting these blogs as well. Don't just post 10 in 1 week and then nothing for the next 2 months. Post them on a regular basis and update them consistently as well, so you don't have a 2025 guide stuck on your website when it's 2026. Second, you need to build your authority. What this means is whatever trade or industry you're in, you need to become the topical authority in that space. This means not just posting the educational content on your website in blog format, but posting across multiple sources across the internet. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the social media platforms. This is going to give ChatGPT and other LLMs more sources that they can cite from you specifically. This also lets you show up for content-specific prompts where users ask ChatGPT to give them various forms of media and social media posts in relation to their question or query. Additionally, you want to submit your business information to all the major directories, think Yelp, Yellow Pages, Homestars, so that when ChatGPT gets more of a localized prompt, like who are the best HVAC contractors in Vancouver, it's going to pull from those directories as well. The third and final thing you need to do to show up on AI search results is show up on Google. I know this is contrary to what I said at the start of the video, which is that traditional SEO doesn't work for the new AI search model. However, if your website isn't on Google, then you're likely not going to show up on AI. Like you've already seen, LLMs search the internet and analyze websites that are on Google and other search engines to give answers. If your website content, like your landing pages and your blogs, are not indexed by Google, they're likely also not going to show up on ChatGPT. Most people make the mistake of thinking that just by having a website that exists, it's going to show up on Google. And sure, your homepage, About Us, or contact pages, they might be on Google, but the rest of your website, you have no idea. In many cases, Google won't just show your website on search results. You first have to upload your sitemap to Google Search Console. This is what it looks like here, and if you don't already have this set up and connected to your website, you just want to click this drop down here on the left, click Add Property, and then follow the instructions that it gives you on the page. Super simple. Once you've done that, it'll start collecting data and you'll be able to see your website's performance. But the most important thing you want to do is go to the Sitemap tab on the left-hand side, type in sitemap.xml, click Submit here, it'll load for a sec, and then what this does is submits all of your website pages and content to Google so that it can properly index it and actually make it show up on search results. Once you've done all that, you want to monitor Google Search Console on a pretty consistent basis because in some cases, pages can just fall off of Google and they won't be indexed anymore, and you want to catch that when it happens. All right, so at this point, you know how AI algorithms work compared to the typical Google algorithm, and you know what to optimize and what actions to take on your website and with your content to show up on ChatGPT. You have 2 options. You can do this yourself, which is tedious, it's going to take time, there's a big learning curve, and you might have to wait 6 to 12 months to even see tangible results from this. If you're willing to wait that long and put in the work, kudos, and definitely get right to it. Or 2, you can hire someone to do it for you. Just like you saw our clients ranking for a variety of ChatGPT prompts, we will build out a content system for you and your team to post blogs on a weekly basis on your website, build out location and service-based landing pages, and we'll also get your business profile ranking in the top 3 in the Google Map Pack. We'll do research to find the most popular keywords that your customers are looking into Google in your location for your specific trade or industry. Yes, you could go about this haphazardly by writing down a list of all the searches you think your customers are searching up, but we use a tool called SEMrush, which shows us real data on how many searches every specific keyword is getting and how difficult it's going to be for you to rank for that keyword. This is not just about showing up on AI or just showing up on Google. It's about being cited multiple places across the internet so that whenever your customers think about the services that you offer, they associate that with you in their mind. Now, if you want all this done for you without having to lift a finger and waiting for another year to see tangible results, we'll build out this entire system for you and get you ranking on AI search results and Google search results within the next 90 days. If you want to see more about that, click the link below and book a call with me. But otherwise, I'll catch you in the next video.